Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So sorry if I sound a little weird. It's just I'm still trying to get over this cold. So yeah, I apologize for sounding kind of and a little bit like here. But regardless, let's go ahead and just have fun. Let's talk about this week's episode of Haikyuu. This episode, I knew it was coming and I knew it was gonna hurt, but seeing it animated, it's so different. I don't know what it was, like maybe it was the soundtrack or whatever, but it just made me emotional and like a ball of tears. Like I was like tearing up just seeing Hinata this whole time, but at the same time, I kept telling myself like a lot of things. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Like I know what's gonna happen after this. It's like, it's okay. Like, I don't need to like, I don't know, you know? I just feel like a mom who's watching their kids struggle and you just can't do anything about it. I don't know, because I mean, Hinata, he's my son, he's my sweet baby boy, and I don't like seeing him this sad. Which, I guess let's just backtrack a little bit. So, Hinata is still at the training camp and he is still the ball boy, and he's feeling lost because he doesn't know what exactly he needs to be doing because he feels like he's falling behind while everyone else is like growing. And Hinata knows that he is very much lacking, more so than everybody else. So this is like eating away at him, and I just, Hinata. And like I said, I just don't like to see him feeling so lost and so helpless in this situation, because when I first read this in the manga, it's just kind of like, what are you gonna do? Like, how is Hinata gonna get through this? Like, what's the point in being a ball boy? Like, I don't understand. I don't see the big picture. I was like right there with Hinata. Like, oh man, it just hurt so much because you can tell Hinata wants to grow and he wants to figure out what it is he needs to do, but right now he's stuck. He is just in one spot and he just doesn't know, you know, what to do next. And what sucks is that there's no one there to really guide him. And I really do like that Takeda in this episode does say, you know, there really isn't much that we can do other than just guide them in the right path, which I very much do like what he said. And I feel like this just goes for Hinata, like this is all that they can do. Is just like, you know, with Coach Ugai, he's like, you know, just don't let them underestimate ball boys. See what you can do. What is it that only you can do in this situation? And with that, he was able to guide Hinata in a way, and Hinata is still kind of like thinking about that and like trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do as a ball boy and what is it that I can do to learn from this situation. So that's basically like the whole gist of this episode, is just Hinata trying to figure out, what can I do? What can I learn from this experience? What can I take from this training camp as a ball boy now that I'm not able to be on the court? And it sucks because I want him to be on the court and be able to learn too, but he can't do that. And out of instinct, I like how in this episode when they're calling out that they're gonna do spikes, Hinata's like on his way to go, and the coach from Shira Torizawa is like, where are you going? And he's just like, oh, sorry. And like that part killed me because you could tell he wants to be a part of this experience, but he can't. He's not allowed to, and it's just, it sucks. Which, by the way, another person that I feel was pretty concerned for Hinata in his own way was Tsukishima, because he's looking at him from the sidelines, and there was this like one scene where I personally felt like, you know, he was looking at him and he felt bad for him. And I just feel like Tsukishima is worried for Hinata in a way, because, you know, it's Tsukishima, so obviously he's gonna rub salt in the wound like he always does, and he does that with Hinata. And you know, he doesn't sugarcoat things, especially when he says, he's like, oh, like, I hope you don't waste these 5 days, you know, good luck being ball boy. Which like I said, it's very Tsukishima, but like I said earlier, I feel like this is his own way of caring for Hinata. Like, he's not gonna flat out be like, hey, let me help you, or you know, that's gonna be so like not Tsukishima. So obviously he's gotta do this in his own way. But anyway, I just thought that was a nice moment because Tsukishima didn't really have to like say anything. He could have just walked away and been like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna leave him be and let him figure it out on his own. But no, he just went up to him and was like, you know, in his own way saying, hey, I do care for you. I feel like he also feels that Hinata will somehow make it out of this and do whatever he needs to do and learn from it. Which, moving on, we do get to see Ushiwaka and Tendo, which was really, really nice. And I do like that Tendo comes in, he's like, I spotted a wild Kurasano number 10. Like, it was really funny to see that. And he was like super like on board and determined and wanting to play against Hinata. And obviously Hinata wants to play with him. He's just like, oh my gosh, like there's a practice match with Shira Torizawa, like this is awesome, but obviously he can't be a part of it. And he's set back into reality that he's ball boy when someone calls for him. It's like, hey, can you help out with this? And he's just like, oh yeah. And I like how Tendo was like, huh? Like what's going on here? Because he doesn't understand the whole situation. And you can tell Hinata is just like frustrated, but even Ushiwaka tells Hinata like, then what are you doing here? And it's just like, oh, like when he says that, and then the look that Hinata has, it's just like, oh, it tore me apart. And Hinata doesn't make just a face here. We see him make this face like constantly where he feels like frustrated and just lost. And it's just this expression that Hinata holds, just it eats away at me because it's so hard to see him this way than him being his usual happy-go-lucky self and like looking at the positive and things. But right now he's just so alone and so lost, and I'm just, someone help my boy. Anywho, but I do like at the very end of this episode, which is one of the moments that I was really looking forward to seeing animated, how they were gonna do it. And oh my gosh, it gave me chills. And the soundtrack was so beautiful in this moment that they played, where Hinata like sticks his head into like these, I think they're, I don't know what they are, but they're like some type of mats, I guess. You can tell he feels frustrated and he's just like, what can I do? Think, like what is it that I can take away from here? What is it that only I can do? Like what is that thing? And he's just constantly thinking, and then when he like gets out of the mattress thing, you see like this expression on Hinata's face, and oh my gosh, it gave me chills, you guys. They completely nailed this moment in the anime. I loved it. As hard as it was and as hard as it was not to cry, I loved it because I feel like at the end of it, Hinata was able to find his answer, because I feel like you could see like this clarity where he's just like, like he takes that breath, he goes out, and like there's this light, and he's like surrounded by darkness, right? And there's just like this light shining down on him. And I love the way that this is animated and the way that this is looked. Like it's so beautifully done, because it looks like Hinata found his answer, or he found the direction that he needs to go. And I'm just like, go at it, my boy. And yeah, so next episode, man, I can't wait for it. I'm so excited. I'm sad that like the second episode's already over and we have to wait another week for the third one. Like, I just want all the episodes at once because I'm just so excited for the season, and I can't wait to see everything to be animated that I've been looking forward to. But yeah, it's just killing me waiting every week for that new episode. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!